Namaste, I'm Pradnya Sarvi. Today reading the Bhagavad Gita. The detachment doesn't make us hard-hearted. Attachment does. Sometimes people fear if I become detached, I will become hard-hearted. However, what makes us hard-hearted? Not detachment, but its opposite, attachment. When we become attached to something, we experience intense emotion in relation with the object. But those very emotions can impel us toward unbecoming immoral and hurtful actions, especially towards those whom we see as threats to our attachment. As the Bhagavad Gita starts, Dhritarashtra inquired on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, "What did my people and the Pandavas do?" The question revealed his bias. The Pandavas too were his people, being his nephew. Moreover, he was meant to care for them as a surrogate father. After the untimely demise of their own father Pandu, the Pandavas on their part had constantly respected him as if he was their father. But Dhritarashtra was irresolutely attached to his oldest son Duryodhana. Being morally deadened by the attachment, he had repeatedly consented to Duryodhana's nefarious scheme for eliminating the Pandavas, whom that envious prince resented as rival. Dhritarashtra's attachment made him so hard-hearted that he cheated when during a rigged gambling match Duryodhana stripped the Pandavas of all their wealth and abused them and even their honorable wife Draupadi. And now he had stopped to the level of seeing the Pandavas as the other whose destruction he hoped for. What can be more hard-hearted than waiting the death of those whom one is more meant to protect? If only Dhritarashtra had some detachment from Duryodhana, his heart would have softened towards the Pandavas, and those emotions would have inspired him to act virtuously instead of viciously. Thus, if we fear becoming hard hearted, we should be worried about being attached, not detached. Attachment can make us shockingly hard hearted, whereas detachment can make us emotionally intelligent, capable of eschewing degrading emotions and embracing elevating emotions. Dhritarashtra said, "O Sanjaya, after my sons and the sons of Pandu assemble in the place of pilgrim at Kurukshetra, desiring to fight, what did they do?" The Gita is not a separate special martial narration. It is a universal spiritual revelation. The Bhagavad Gita begins and ends with the reference to places. In its place verses, Dhritarashtra asks his assistant Sanjaya about the event that transpired at the scared place known as Kurukshetra, implicit in an anxious inquiry about his son's fate. And its last verses 18.78 begins with the place describer Yatra, means where Sanjaya declares, where there is a supreme majesty Krishna and the archer Arjuna, there will be victory. Herein is the prophetic answer to the Dhritarashtra's question. His sons are doomed because they have chosen to fight against Krishna and his devotee, who are destined to win. And this prophecy points to the Gita's universal revelation. When we unite in love with the Krishna, victory will manifest. Let's see how the Gita moves from its setting to this universal message. Its first verse might sound like a prelude to a special martial prescriptions, but after it outlines the setting in its first chapter, the Gita features very few references to the places or even to the war itself. Instead, it centers on the broad human interest, subject of identity, duty, and destiny. And its conclusions reveals the universal spiritual success formula, the loving harmony of humanity with divinity. The sum inclusion scopes is evident in the starting and ending symbolism. The Gita's first chapter ends 0.1.46 with Arjuna disheartened casting aside his bow. In sweet contrast, its last chapter ends with Arjuna determined bow raised aloft. Arjuna's bow represents our determinations who we too may become disheartened on confronting life versus flexibility and adversities. Nonetheless, we can become determined by hearing the Gita, realizing Krishna's unfamiliar loves for us, and resolving to serve to him lovingly. The Gita conclusions verses encapsulate his empowering visions, working in harmony with the divine restores our moral and paves the way to success. Dhritarashtra said, O Sanjaya, after my sons and the sons of Pandu assemble in the place of pilgrims as Kurukshetra desire a fight, what did they do? Thank you.